Mr Speaker, I ngā mana I ngā reo I ngā karangatanga maha tēnā koutou I ngā memo o tēnei whare, tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou. On behalf of the Labour Party, I rise to speak to the decision of the National-led Government to ratify the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and recognise the symbolism of this gesture amongst Indigenous peoples, in particular tangata whenua here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. History has shown that Māori as tangata whenua have continued to assert and uphold their identity, rights and interests against a varied historical background. Much of that determination has been against a backdrop of conflict, sheer grit, misunderstanding and tenacity. With the passage of time, political effort and engagement with hapu, iwi and Māori, New Zealand has evolved as a nation and has a record that is second to none in the Forum of Indigenous Rights. Yes, indeed, the Treaty of Waitangi is the founding document of our nation. The fourth Labour government established the Waitangi Tribunal. It was with the specific intention to ensure that a domestic process for resolving historical grievances could commence. The treaty settlement process emanated from that first step, and we continue to support the process of direct negotiations as a means of rectifying past wrongs and moving forward together. It was with regret that in 2007 that the Labour government was unable to sign the declaration, because we believed it deserved more than a lip service approach. In particular, there were inconsistencies between the text and New Zealand's constitutional and legal frameworks that would be difficult to overturn and retain the fabric of what our society is working towards. We believed then, as we do now, that upon signing such a declaration, there has to be a genuine attempt to implement the articles that build the spirit, rights and interests of Indigenous peoples. Unlike the many of the 143 countries who originally signed the declaration, they had no intention of implementing it. Labour are proud to say what we mean and do what we say. This document is not a time for window dressing, empty promises or hollow gains. If the National Government was serious about this declaration and realising its aspirations, then why has it been signed under the veil of secrecy? More importantly,
Order, the member must be heard. No.
More importantly, why have New Zealanders been prevented from participating in a debate that has a profound impact on the future that we can see for this country? Why is the Prime Minister not making this announcement in the House? The government has taken care to recognise that this document is aspirational and non-binding, which should weigh heavily on the efforts of those people who wanted the declaration to be a strong platform for the continued assertion of Indigenous rights. We continue to hold reservations about articles that appear inconsistent with domestic solutions that recognise New Zealand's unique history and legal and constitutional...
Order, I apologise for interrupting an honourable member. Where members interject in response to something that a member is saying, I have no problem with that, but where interjections are being carried out across the back of the House that have nothing to do with what the member is saying, that is totally unacceptable. I ask members to desist on both sides of the House. The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. We continue to hold reservations about articles that appear inconsistent with domestic solutions that recognise New Zealand's unique history and legal and constitutional structures. They are Articles 19 and 32, which imply a power of veto over the state. In addition to this, the government has given no indication as to whether they have reconsidered the nature of property rights as implied by Articles 26 and 28. We put these matters on the table simply to draw attention to the House to the aspects that have and will cause robust debate in our communities, to which the government should be accountable for. At least one government MP is promoting tupuna title. It may be a closer reality now that the declaration has been signed. The government should be up front and respond, then everyone can see what aspirational, non-binding symbolism has been recognised today. In recognising this and other matters concerning the declaration, Labour will continue to advocate in a real and meaningful way for the rights and interests of tangata whenua today and tomorrow. Māori know too well that our most durable solutions can be achieved at a domestic level here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.